Namaste. My name is Todd Norian and I'm the founder of Ashaya Yoga. Welcome to Asana Spotlight. It's the time when I take one pose, we go into a little more detail and depth. Today's posture is Supta Padangusthasana or Supta Hasta Padangusthasana. So Supta means supine, so we'll be lying on our back. And then Pada Angushtasana. So pada is either foot or hand. In this case, it's hand. And angushta is big toe. So supta padangushtasana is the supine hand to big toe posture. So typically you do it by holding your big toe, but we're going to do it with a belt today. And I'm going to show you some really great variations for this pose that are extremely therapeutic. So I'm not going to do the conventional Supta Padangusthasana. We're going to do a whole bunch of different variations. Now, therapeutically, this pose really helps to open up the hips and the legs. It also supports the low back curve, and it's just fabulous for learning how to let go and relax and reduce stress. And during holiday time and any time actually, there's just a lot of stress that can build up. And you know what happens when we're stressed out? We're not our best self. And then in relationship, we tend to be a little bit ornery or fly off the handle, or we withdraw. So I think doing yoga in this way that triggers the relaxation response is very, very helpful for bringing more love, more kindness, more light out into the world. Because people that are stressed out, when you're in pain, then that's when you hurt other people. And, there's this phrase that goes, hurt people. And it's really true. So this pose is something that you could do every day or twice a day. It's great to do before bed because it really calms the nervous system down. But anytime you feel like you're in a lot of stress, just put this on and you'll see in just a few minutes, you'll start to relax. And that is really what it's all about. Because when you relax, then your heart opens and you start to interact with the world from a place of kindness. And we all know that that's a really good thing to bring into the world anytime, but especially now and especially during holiday times. So let's get started. You're going to need a belt and come lie on your back on your mat. And I'll meet you there in just a second as I transition. Getting there. Perfect. All right, so grab yourself a belt and then come lie on your back. Bend both knees, feet flat on the floor. Take one big deep breath all the way up to your upper chest and shoulders. And then as you exhale, empty out completely until your belly is empty. The navel should pull toward the spine. And then again, inhale, fill up the belly. Try to expand your rib cage. Breathe all the way up to the upper chest. And then exhale, let it all go. This is called the full part breath or Dirga Pranayama, the yogic breath. Put your hands on your low belly and inhale and imagine you're blowing up a balloon in your belly. And let it expand to the ribs and try to pull the breath all the way up to the collarbones. And then exhale and empty out from top to bottom. One more. Exhale deeply. Okay, take your belt, put it around the right foot, stretch the right foot up. Hold both ends of the belt, one end in each hand. The belt is placed just below the ball mounds of the foot. Spread your toes. flex your foot, and imagine you can push your foot right up onto the ceiling. Then pull on the belt, and notice when you pull your leg in towards you, you'll flatten the lumbar curve. So we want to keep the lumbar curve there. So you move your thigh bone back, arch your back off the floor, inner rotate your thighs more until you can slide your hand right underneath the low back area. So maintain that curve. Why? Because it's the natural curve of the spine. And if you flatten the back every time you lie on your back or do yoga or whatever, what happens is that the muscles around the back get very weak. And then the discs start to slip back towards the back. That's where the nerve roots are. So a lot of times, if you have low back pain or strain, it's because your low back is flat. The low back is related to the neck. And when your low back is flat, often the neck goes flat too. So then you have low back issues and neck issues. And who wants that? So arch your back. Take a breath, relax. And then hug in. Squeeze your muscles onto your bones. Pull down on the belt and push your thigh back. So the top of the right thigh moves toward the back of your mat, the short end. So push. Yes. You'll start to feel the low back on the right side gain a little bit of length. Keeping your thigh back now, just draw your tail ever so slightly in. Maintain a low back curve. But we want to lengthen the curve. So you got to slide the tail under you a little bit more without flattening the back. And one last consideration here is that when you arch the back, many people will go into the sway back position and they lift the front ribs up. So I'd like you to bring your front ribs down slightly, and T12, which is the bottom of the rib cage in the back, should come toward the floor. So it's a very precise position of the spine here. To get all this to happen, you have to work your core, you have to work your hips, legs, and spinal muscles. So there's quite a lot going on. Hold and breathe. Now from your pelvic core, you can push out through your feet, straight up through the right foot, and lengthen through your spine. Good. Now, let's get a little more stretch. So keeping the low back curve and length, pull on the belt. Yep, give a little resistance. So you push your right thigh back as you pull your foot forward. Very good. Okay, now, internally rotate your whole leg 45 degrees, and then externally rotate 45 degrees. Again, internally rotate, externally rotate. Rotate the entire shaft of your leg. Notice which direction is easier for you. When you turn your leg out, you start to stretch the outer hip rotators and the piriformis muscle. When you turn in, that's more psoas and adductors. Very good. All right. So now turn your foot out and your whole leg out 45 degrees. Hold both ends of the belt in your right hand. Left arm is out to the side. Lower your right leg out to the right as you lower your left knee toward the left. So you go into a half bound angle, Baddha Konasana on the left. And the right leg is out. This is Supta Padangusthasana 2. Pull on the belt, you get a wonderful hamstring stretch. A little more on the adductors, which is the inner thigh area. But also with your left knee out to the left, you get a stretch right across the front of the pelvis, which is really good to widen the pelvic floor and just make space for everything. And breathe. Inhale, squeeze your legs back up to center, and then turn your right leg in 45 degrees. Hold the belt with your left hand. Typically, when we go to Supta Panagushtasana 3, we go do a full twist. This is just partial. So turn your right leg in and then cross the midline by about 20 degrees. And the right leg will move past midline to the left, but the left knee goes toward the right, and you make a cross. So X marks the spot right there. And then turn your little toe edge of your right foot outward. Yeah, try to spread your fifth toe. And then pull on the belt. So the leg is turned in, the fifth toe is turned out slightly. And then pull on the belt and try to keep your tongue inside your mouth. So this is really quite an intense stretch. You should be getting it, the stretch all along the outer rim of the right thigh. And there's the IT band, the iliotibial band, that is often very tight, especially if you exercise a lot. Okay, pull on the belt. We're going to really go for it now. Push your right thigh back away from you. Pull down on the belt and breathe. Keep your eyes relaxed and your jaw relaxed. Breathe. Take your outer right hip crease and draw it back and down toward the floor. Yep, maintain a low back curve. So inner rotate your thighs as well. Tailbone in. Relax under pressure here. And release. Inhale, come up. All right, very good. Now, let's do one more. Since we're doing variations, stretch your left leg all the way out on the floor. Root your left thigh down so it touches the floor, low back arch. Pull on the belt, push your right thigh away, and bring your right shin toward you and your right thigh away from you. Oh, deeper. So we go deeper in the hamstring stretch. Then hold both ends of the belt with your left hand. You're going to cross right leg over to the left and actually roll. Slide your hips back. So left hip goes back. Yes. Awesome. Good. And then twist toward the right. Bring your right arm out to the right. So this is a twist. It's a hamstring stretch. And then we're going to add one more thing. Bend your left knee and hold the left foot with your right hand. Okay, you might need a second belt. So if you need that, just get another belt to put around your left foot. Okay, push your left foot into your hand and then tailbone in strongly, little arch in the back. And turn your torso more and more to the right, but push straight out through the right leg. And the right leg is twisted. Yeah, lengthen your spine. From your pelvis now, push straight out through the left knee. You got to kind of find your left knee because you're so twisted up now. Where is the left knee? Okay, find it and push straight out through the left femur. Twist to your right and breathe. Push your foot into your hand. So this is a hamstring stretch, a forward bend, a back bend, and a twist. I call it the everything bagel posture. And exhale. You're on your own to get out of that. Okay, come on back to center. Stretch both legs out and just notice and feel the difference between your right leg and your left leg. The right leg could feel like it's a mile longer, heavier, deeper in the earth, where the left leg is a little bit lighter, shorter. And that's part of the benefit of this pose. Now the whole right side is more relaxed. The muscles have worked and they've stretched and then they've released stress. And that's going to translate into the rest of your body and your nervous system and your head and your heart. Bend both knees, feet flat on the floor. Put the belt around your left foot. Stretch up. Create the low back curve, and then push your left thigh straight back, tail in. Pull on the belt so you initiate a hamstring stretch, and you push the left thigh back into the hamstring. Spread your toes. Yep, the left little toe. Spread. Shoulders can relax. See if you can get T12 down on the floor. So keep your curve, tail in, and then T12 down. You just have to activate your core. Think about do a move where your ribs, front ribs, pull down a little bit. There it is. Hold, stretch more, and then turn your leg in 45 degrees, turn it out 45, turn it in 45, go back and forth, and try to turn the whole shaft of the leg from the head of the femur, which is in the hip and pelvis, all the way to the foot. Remember, when you turn your foot out, that's going to work more of the piriformis muscle. Turn it in, psoas. Very good. Turn your leg out 45 degrees. Hold with the left hand and left leg out to your left. Right knee to the right. Just go as far as you can. Keep pressure on the belt, but also let gravity take you. Continue to scissor your legs toward the middle so you maintain engagement. That helps to keep the blood flow, protects the joints, and further relaxes the nervous system through creating stability. Breathe. And with each exhalation, let go a little bit more of stress or whatever it is you might be holding on to. There's a phrase that from the Tantra that says, yoga is beautifully irresolvable. And so much of the time we're trying to create completion and resolution, especially in relationships. And all the while yoga is saying, hey, it's irresolvable. Just be in that. Stop trying to resolve everything. It's kind of like just let things be for a while. Trust the process. Trust life. Trust yourself. Your heart is good. Inhale and slowly bring your legs back up to center. Turn the left leg in 45 degrees internally. And then hold the belt with your right hand. Here it goes. Left leg cross midline by 20 degrees. And the right knee crosses midline as well. X marks the spot. So cross your legs and then pull on the belt and push your left thigh away from you. Even though your leg is turned in 45, spread the left little toe out to the side. That's the earth toe. And that's going to help engage the shin, which helps to widen the thighs. If you're not getting enough stretch, pull on the belt more. Push your left thigh away. And if you really feel nothing in the leg, check your pulse. Okay, make sure you're alive. Oh, okay, this is very intense, but in a good way. Inhale, come back to center. Now, the last variation, stretch your right leg out, push your right thigh to the floor, hold the belt with both hands, and push your left thigh back. Generate a low back curve. And then hold both of the belts with your right hand, and we're going to cross. Left leg all the way down to the right. Roll onto the side of your right hip. Then lift your hips and stick your butt out. Just shift your hips back. Scissor your legs. And then twist to the left. Bring your left arm out to the left, left shoulder out to the left as well. Move your thigh bones back more. Pull your tailbone in more. The top of the left hip should move towards the right foot. So create space between the hip, pelvis, and the belly. Sacrum is perpendicular. Here comes the variation. Okay, this is the everything bagel variation. So bend your right knee. Can you grab the right foot with your left hand and then push your foot into your hand, thigh bones back, tailbone in, and then grow the right femur. So push straight out from the pelvis through the right knee. Pull on the belt. Push from your pelvis out to the left foot. Push your right foot into your left hand. It's really a twister position. And then twist to the left. You get this is a back bend. Yeah. Hamstring stretch, forward bend, quad stretch, twist. You name it. This bagel has it. And breathe. Okay. Exhale. Release. Adjust your hips and give yourself a hug, knees to chest. So if you can do that pose and find your breath and relax, then you're going to do pretty good being able to release stress. That's quite an achievement. And how much easier it is to let go of stress when we're not tied up in a knot. Although mentally we can feel like we're in a knot, sometimes that's worse. So bring your feet flat on the floor, arms by your sides, palms up. And we'll take just 1 minute to relax. Stretch your right leg out, stretch your left leg out. Now allow your feet and your legs to naturally turn outward. Palms up if you can, shoulders back. Take a nice big breath. And as you exhale, release all the muscles away from the bones. Let your bones get heavy and fall to the earth. And see if you can release all of your internal organs toward the back of the body. Legs, hips, spine, all relaxed. Shoulders, arms, neck. And then relax the root of your tongue and let your jaw go. Soften your eyes, soften your skin. Relax your face, the cheeks, temples of the eyes, eyebrows, forehead, sides of the head, back of the head, soft, and then top of the head. And now relax your whole body. Take a slightly deeper inhalation, and when you exhale, let go fully now. Release all anxiety and worry. And tune into the energy of your heart, the energy of the universe that's nourishing, healing, that restores your energy, and that brings you back to your heart where you are already whole, complete, fulfilled, stress-free, blissful, joyful, and at peace. And in this state of deep relaxation and deep peace, offer an intention from your heart What do you want to create this day? And send that out into the universe. And now take a deeper breath. Just receive all the benefits of the practice in the form of your breath. Breathe down to your fingers and toes, and then move your fingers and your toes. Gently bend your knees. Put your right hand behind your head and roll to the right. Your head will go right into the right arm, right elbow. And continue to roll and come up to a seated position. Sit well, palms in front of your heart. Close your eyes. And know that you can return to this state of relaxation at any time. And let's bring this state of inner peace blended with your heart to bring more kindness into the world today and into your world. You can feel good that you started by being kind to yourself. And that really is the key to live in a state of deep inner peace, is an act of kindness towards the self. And then it's only natural and super easy to be kind to other people. When you're kind to yourself, when there's no inner fight, when there's no shame or struggle, and when you've been able to accept not only your gifts and your light, but your shadow as well. In Ashaya Yoga, we embrace the full spectrum of the self, shadow and light. And in a certain sense, there is no dark, there's just different shades of light. The shadow comes from the shades of light. And so we choose to bring more light into the shadow, to shine the light of the heart, to bring more goodness where it's lacking. And we do that through the practice of self-acceptance, self-esteem, and self-love. Let's receive the gift fully now. And with gratitude, let's send out the spiritual vibration of Om, which means peace. The peace in me bows to the peace in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for your practice or for taking this time with me. Hey, if you want more of this, I have an Ashaya Path teacher and leadership training coming up. It's so incredible. It starts in January. But during this time, between now and November 30th, if you register for the course, you get a gift of a free month of classes with me in Pillars of Peace for the month of December. That's $149 value, and we appreciate you and really want to support you to go deeper. So starting in January, the Ashaya Path has two parts to it. There's Ashaya Deepening, which is a 38-hour course to learn the method, the Ashaya Method, the therapeutics, the philosophy, and to begin the leadership training. And then, if you choose that you want to stay on, Ashaya Awakening is after that, and that's the certification training for teachers. But you can also take the entire course as a student and not go for certification, and you get the benefit of all the practices, and you get to join this amazing community of courageous yogis and heart followers. It's a really fantastic training. We do a lot of deep inner work. It's personal growth, but also spiritual growth. So I hope you'll consider that and join me. And if you register now, then you get the free gift. And you can go to ashayayoga.com to get more information. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. Namaste.